KNWA News at 10.
A local parent is concerned after a registered sex offender delivered pizza to his family. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jennifer Piñate. KNWA's Kelly O'Neill investigated the situation and shows us what jobs sex offenders can and cannot have.
It could be very dangerous for other people to have a sex offender come up to their house and know where their kids are.
While ordering pizza from a local chain restaurant, Matthew Bott recognized the driver as a child predator.
Tried to look up what his original charges were, and it turned out that it was actually for internet stalking a child, and he was considered a level 3 sex offender.
His experience opening up the conversation about who you innocently allow into your home for a quick food delivery.
An individual who has been assigned a community notification level of a 3 or 4 cannot work in an occupation directly or primarily where they interact with children under the age of 18.
There are 4 levels for sex offenders under Arkansas law. The levels represent the likelihood the offender will reoffend, with 1 being the least likely and 4 being a sexually violent predator.
Although they might deliver to a house, that doesn't mean that they're necessarily working directly and primarily with the minor, so therefore they would be allowed legally to obtain that job, and it would be up to the individuals that are hiring.
Jennifer Dean, the area manager for Arkansas Community Correction, says there has to be a balance.
The reality is that when an individual, any individual is employed, they have less free time or less unstructured free time, and therefore it's really a reduction in risk. It's a community service to hire individuals in general that have felonious offenses.
Leaving Bott, who's a father of 3, with many questions.
A person who's done their time should be able to get another job, but if you're a sex offender, you should know that there should be limitations on what you're able to do.
Dean says it's best to follow basic safety standards no matter who is coming to your home.
It is an individual's priority to keep themselves and their children safe, and information is always power.
In Northwest Arkansas, Kelly O'Neill, KNWA Northwest Arkansas News.
A federal tax credit is available for employers in Arkansas that hire targeted groups. Those groups include qualified ex-felons, veterans, summer youth, food stamp recipients, and any person having a physical or mental disability. The Work Opportunity Tax Credit ranges from $2,400 to $12,000 for first-year wages, depending on the target group. The Hogs set to take the floor tomorrow in the second round of the SEC tournament in Nashville, Tennessee. Our Picture Nation crew is live tonight from the Music City. Let's check in with Drew Ammon now. Hey, Drew.
Hey, Jennifer. Yeah, set to go for this Arkansas-Florida game tomorrow. Second round of the SEC tournament. Let's talk about the big fella. Daniel Gafford leads the SEC in field goal percentage and rebounding. First team All-SEC.
I think he's very deserving of it. I mean, when you look at the things that Dan has done, and of course, the other night was one of those nights where he took it to another level.
That was Saturday night against Bama. 29 points, 16 rebounds for Gafford.
I was just in my zone, basically finishing around the basket, because I got to finish strong around the basket, because, you know, those are great points, and being able to finish, then also getting fouled. I got to knock free throws down, too.
Gafford 7 of 9 for the free throw stripe. That's saying a lot for a guy shooting free throws at a 59% clip this season. Overall, he is the focal point for the Razorbacks.
It's a learning year for him, but I think it's been a development year. If you think about last year, you know, the role he was in, it was totally different this year.
It's a year where all signs point to Gafford leaving college after this season, entering the NBA draft. That didn't stop fans from chanting one more year Saturday.
Fans are always going to, try to make sure that you hear them. So, I mean, they all got together and they said what they wanted.
Did you appreciate it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did a lot.
Just in Arkansas's 3-game winning streak alone, Gafford has a combined 66 points and 22 boards. His NCAA tourney experience from a year ago and knowing what's at stake in March, those things stand out to Mike Anderson, and the head hog says you can see it in Gafford's relentless effort.
He's falling on the floor, getting up and getting dunks, man. I mean, how do you do that? You got to be that kind of team. You got to be a blue-collar kind of team.
As for the El Dorado native's presence, now he's taking his work from practice to the game. Freshman Desi Sills summing it up best.
Daniel Gafford playing like Daniel Gafford, like what he's supposed to be doing. He is the head honcho of this team. We follow his lead.
He will lead, and he needs some help from the bench tomorrow, I think. Reggie Chaney, one of those guys they'll lean on perhaps. Adriel Bailey as well. The Razorbacks and Gators tomorrow at noon on SEC Network. We'll talk more about the bench for Arkansas later in sports. Jennifer.
All right, we wish them luck, Drew. Thanks so much. Have fun out there. In a KNWA update, just released body camera footage showing the damage caused by a riot at the Crawford County Jail. Today, Sheriff Ron Brown announced 5 inmates who were clearly identified in those videos have been charged with inciting a riot. It all started when an Arkansas Department of Correction inmate Joshua Estes refused to put on his shirt around 7:30 Friday night. Deputies eventually dragged him out of his cell, and Estes made a command to the other inmates in the pod to start the riot. Inmates threw toilet paper to block security cameras, tore ceiling tiles, and flooded the pod by breaking a sprinkler system. There were no injuries, and no other inmates are expected to face any charges. For more information on this story, head to our website, nwahomepage.com. A deputy-involved shooting in Decatur sends a suspect to the hospital. Benton County Sheriff deputies responded to West Mountain Road for a criminal investigation. Sergeant Shannon Jenkins says things escalated from there. Shots were fired, and the suspect was then taken to the hospital. Deputies were not injured during the shooting.
Deputies came out earlier this afternoon for a criminal investigation. While they were out here, it ended up turning into a barricaded subject, which in turn ended up turning into a deputy shooting.
The Benton County Sheriff's Office and Arkansas State Police are investigating the incident. A veterans advocacy group urging Congress to provide more VA health benefits to veterans who may have been exposed to toxic chemicals while serving in Guam and American Samoa. Sheila Kilpatrick's husband, Lonnie, died of cancer last year. She says his poor health stemmed from exposure to toxic chemicals like Agent Orange while he served in Guam in the 1970s. The Kilpatrick family says they face pushback from the VA over efforts to get additional health benefits.
We know this was due to the herbicides that were sprayed on Guam. We know that. We witnessed the spraying.
4 decades is too darn long. We can't wait any longer.
Florida Representative Gus Belicaris and Guam's delegate introduced a new bill to expand health benefits for veterans who served in the Pacific Islands. In January, a federal judge ruled the VA must consider benefit claims from Navy veterans who say they too were exposed to toxic chemicals while serving off the Vietnam coast. Every second counts in a medical emergency. Sometimes an air evacuation could make the difference between life and death. In this special report, KNWA's Katie Davila is in studio with how Northwest Arkansas responders are saving lives from the sky.
Without a level 1 trauma center in Northwest Arkansas, treating extensive injuries is more difficult, but thousands are saved by Lifeline 5, Mercy's helpline in the sky.
We begin treatment immediately once we get in the aircraft. So we're not just transporting. I mean, we are able to deliver that life-saving treatment on the way to the hospital.
People hurt, some people are still trapped.
When a life is on the line, every second counts.
Where we make that time up is by flight. So we don't have the stoplights. We can go a direct route to wherever the emergency is.
Mercy Lifeline 5 responders are not your typical medical professionals. These guys are challenged with working in extreme conditions, landing on buildings, in the middle of fields, or even on a busy highway.
It is myself and my paramedic. We are a team. There is no doctor to give us orders. We work off of protocols, and then together we decide what is going to be the very best treatment for our patient.
The air evacuation team is highly trained. Flight nurse Dan Shanahan says this job requires much more than transporting patients.
Especially traumas. If we are called on an accident scene, very frequently we are landing at the accident scene before the patient is actually even extricated from the vehicle.
Once the team is on the ground, the clock starts ticking.
It's time. Some of these places it takes an hour to get to a hospital. Time that they spend out of a hospital needs to be very short.
Inside the helicopter, just enough room and equipment to get the job done. One of the biggest challenges, deciding where the patient will go next.
And that's part of our job as we are leaving to the scene or to pick up a patient, is to find out what are the capabilities of the hospitals in our area for that moment.
Level 1 trauma centers provide the highest level of surgical care for patients with high-risk injuries. Trauma surgeons are available 24/7. But Northwest Arkansas doesn't have a Level 1 facility, so it's on the Lifeline 5 team to get the patients the care they need.
Let's say we have a burn patient. We don't have a burn unit in Northwest Arkansas, so our closest burn unit is Springfield, Missouri.
They offer the specialty orthopedics, the neurosurgery, the pediatrics, and the neonatology, and all of these specialties that we really don't have here in Northwest Arkansas, and we can be there in in less than 45 minutes.
The team says every rescue and every life saved leaves a lasting impression.
It's very gratifying. It's a job where you can actually see that you make a difference.
This year, the Lifeline 5 team celebrates its 5th year of service. The team says every day is a win when they're able to make a flight for life. For a closer look inside the Air Evac helicopter, head to our website, nwahomepage.com. In studio, Katie Davila, KNWA, Northwest Arkansas News.
Thank you so much for that report, Katie. Well, local businesses partnering up with teachers to help students succeed. How the team up will benefit kids for the future. But first, Dan.
Jennifer, it's been a breezy day to say the least, even downright windy this morning, but the rain has moved out. So what do those temperatures do today and what's ahead tomorrow? We'll check out our almanac today. High temperatures in the lower to middle 60s. Cooler weather ahead tomorrow. We'll show you how much cooler coming up in the forecast next.
You're watching KNWA News at 10 with Jennifer Pinate, Chief Meteorologist Dan Scott, and your Pig Trail Nation report with Drew Ammon. Closed captioning is sponsored by